Hello, everyone. Let's talk about white papers. Usually, in policy making or business, you meet different problems that you want to study and find some effective solutions. And if you need to discuss your proposals in the text format with your audience or with the stakeholders, and if you want to present some solution plan, so white paper is the best format to do this. Moreover, in the policymaking, white paper is considered to be a good approach that helps to do research before you make some decision. So that simply means that you study and you calculate the price of decision before you offer it to the publicity. So what should we know to write a good white paper? Let's jump in and say it. Okay, so as we talked, the white paper is usually a political, business, or just informational report. And it's typically address an issue, it's typically identify the problem areas and offer your solutions, your ideas for that. What kind of issues it could be? Really different. In terms of the policy making, it could be like whether vaccines do or don't cause autism, or should national government introduce progressive taxes, or should, for example, local government build a crematorium to solve the problem of overloaded cemeteries. Or in business, it could be, should, for example, we use this technology or this technology to improve the production of our company. In policy making, different agencies and different organizations, as well as different governments and cities, use this format of white papers to introduce their policies. So what should you do and what should we think about before doing a white paper? First of all, we should think about our audience, and we should consider the needs and expectations of our audience or of our stakeholders. Try to think about what your audience expect from this paper, what your audience already know about this problem, what objections probably your stakeholders or your audience could have, and what do you expect from your audience from this report. So if you want to present it as a plan that should be implemented, so that simply means that you should do a very clear implementation plan after you make these solutions. If you just want to prove that this decision is the best one, so do simply stop on that. Then the research. So the research is very important part of the white paper, because it's basically how you do it. And for research to understand the matter of the problem and to understand the possible way of solutions, you can use different information that that is available in the internet, or for example in libraries, or you can also do some surveys, experiments, interviews, so whatever you can to understand the matter of the problem that will lead you to the solutions. So usually you should use the official records, for example some research articles, because many of the scientists have already have done a research on this topic. You can also use some surveys, some books written on this agenda or on this topic, some reviews or interviews, or for example journal articles or even blogs, or for example white papers. So usually white papers, especially in terms of the policy making, is the good choice to see how the others have done this with your problem. So you should remind that in terms of the information, that information of your white papers should always be objective and truthful. Try to include very accurate information from your research, and try to avoid this biased or non-credible sources, and try not to be biased on this topic, because usually a white paper is very objective format of writing. It's not essay, it's a research of the problem with the outcome of the solution. And please include all the relevant information. So try to gather as much as possible, like to do a real good decision making. Then solutions. So solutions should be very concrete, they should be logical, and they should be data driven if it is possible. Always try to avoid too general ideas. It's always better like to study very clearly what should be done and to present very good steps and very concrete steps, because otherwise your audience or your stakeholders will not understand what exactly should be done, and sometimes your proposals could be really broad, so you can do whenever with these proposals, and afterwards you will do nothing. Your solution should be outcome of your problem analysis. So don't do very concrete problem analysis, but then propose some solutions that was not the outcome of your analysis, or just you saw that it could be a smart idea, or for example you see that in the other white paper or in the other book or research article there is a nice idea, and okay, let's take it. So you can always do it for your research, but actually if it doesn't reflect the circumstances of your case or of your country, of your city, of your business, it will not work. So try to avoid this. And the final one with the solutions, that they should have potential to be implemented. If you have a very brilliant idea but you can't implement it, so that's great, but actually your main purpose is to find what could be done and what with your resources or in this concrete situation. So try to avoid good, brilliant, but very broad idea that could not be implemented. In terms of the white papers, actually one of the first white papers, or actually the first white papers in the policy making, and this was the start of the white papers as the format in both in the social life and in business, but actually in the policy making it was introduced by Winston Churchill, who in the 1922 made a white paper on the situation in Palestine, because before that it was a big conflict between the Palestine that was a part of the British Empire and Jews in terms of the creation of the state. So Winston Churchill actually made this first type of document trying to introduce this problem and also to propose some of the solutions. And since that time, white papers became an essential part of the policy making. So here you can simply Google it by writing the Winston Churchill white paper or white paper of 1922 or Palestine white paper, and you will see the text of the document. It is not big. It's not full here, but it's not big. It's rather, if you print it, it could be like 2 or 3 pages. But this is a good attempt of how you can work with the white paper. So what I want you to do now is simply to download this white paper and try to get sentence by sentence, paragraph to paragraph, trying to identify what is the main reason and the main purpose of Winston Churchill writing this paragraph. So you can simply draw here on this paragraph what is the main idea of writing and putting this paragraph here. So let's do it. So simply let's do it and see what we will have as the outcome.